Good evening, folks. If you would please give me an audio check on Twitter. As soon as I get that, we'll get started. Again, I'm waiting on a confirmation via Twitter. If you guys would just give me an audio check, make sure everything's okay. Volume's okay, clarity's okay. Awesome. I appreciate that, guys. All right, so we are going to show our disclaimers again, unfortunately. As soon as we're done with that, we'll get right into it. All right, guys, you should be seeing a British pound USD daily chart. The session did begin for this week, but we're not going to be talking so much about that. We may end up getting into it towards the end of the presentation, but for now we're just going to be talking about a topic. Hang on one second, I got one more thing I got to do before we begin. Hang on one second. Okay, forgot my drink. If I wouldn't have had a water next to me, I would have had to stop in the middle of it. So we're going to spend a little bit of time in regards to how I started as a trader. And I gave these guys some homework from a book titled Trading for a Living by Alexander Elder. And the book is, in my opinion, for the time it was released and for what's in it, not everything in it is, in my opinion, useful. but I believe that the psychology portions of it, I believe the aspects behind the triple screen approach is what began my understanding of a top-down analysis concept, and it gave me multi-time frame, I guess, foundation. But like anyone else reading that book, I tried to do the same thing by applying the MACD histogram, and we're not going to get into MACD histogram or anything like that, but I'm going to show you what I did using the premise of the triple screen and what the trading system was when I was trading initially in the commodity market. Now, before I go into this, I want you to understand that this was the infantile stages of me getting into technical analysis, and it was very retail oriented. Now, I'm only going to supply this now because a lot of people ask me, how I started, where did I learn this stuff from, did I used to trade with indicators, and there's going to be just a small little segment in this presentation that has to deal with indicators, but I'm only going to show that just to give like a historical perspective of where I came from, and then how to use all the market maker concept ideas in applying a triple screen type trading system. Okay, so the chapter in Trading for a Living, now again, I sent a link out. It's a free look, I guess you're going to say, for his book. I'm not trying to teach the idea of piracy. If it's insightful to you, support the author, obviously, and buy yourself a copy. If it's not that much money, you can get a Kindle version off of Amazon, relatively inexpensive. But nonetheless, we're going to skip over all the psychological stuff about that book, but I think that's the real good section in that book. Okay, but as it relates to the technical analysis, everything else except for what's shown in the triple screen, in my opinion, when this is all with respect, I think is useless. Okay, it's rare that you get a book that's chock full of useful information, and just for completeness sake, I'll just toss one out there that I believe that is a type of book that fits that bill, and that is Street Smarts. Okay, if you can get a hold of Street Smarts by Linda Raschke and Larry Connors, I think that is a real dandy of a book. And again, you can get a free sample look on it on the internet if you look hard enough for it. But again, support the authors because they did a really good work for the trading community, in my opinion. So for triple screen, I'm not going to show his book. I'm not going to put that on this video. I'm going to counsel you to go into it. But if you look at what was discussed on in that chapter, as I gave for homework, he teaches this idea of looking at 3 time frames. Okay, a higher time frame, then a lower time frame, and then an executable or trading time frame. Okay, and when he put this out years ago, it caused like a shockwave through all kinds of trading gurus, teachers, people that did seminars. We didn't do webinars back then.